So let's get back to Marcus, and let's actually do the thing I never did. So Marcus comes in for a cut. Let's call it $40. Most weeks, it was just the haircut. But maybe 1 in 3, he'd get his beard done, or he'd grab a thing of pomade on his way out the door. So his real average was sitting just a little north of 40. Hold on to that, because that's the first piece. It's what a typical visit with him is actually worth, everything in, not just the number on the menu. So how often did he come? Every 2 weeks. Do the math on that, and it's about 26 visits a year. Not 12, 26. This is the number barbers skip right past, and it's the one that runs everything. The guy who comes in every 2 weeks is worth more than double the guy who comes in once a month for the exact same service. Same skill out of your hands, double the value because of frequency alone. And then the piece that nobody draws out because it sits across years instead of weeks. How long did he stay? 6 years. So picture the whole arc. $40-some a visit, 26 visits a year, 6 years deep. Run that all the way out, and Marcus was never a $40 client. Marcus was somewhere north of $6,000 walking through my door, one Tuesday at a time. I was looking at the 40, but the real number had another 2 zeros behind it. And here's the part that should land. What did it cost me to get Marcus in my chair the very first time? Well, he came off of one Instagram post and a buddy's recommendation. Call it $20 of my time and effort generously. $20 in, $6,000 out. Sit with that ratio for a second. And I haven't even counted the part that makes Marcus worth more than his own number. The good ones bring people with them. Marcus sent me his brother. He sent me 2 guys from his job. He sent me his kid the year his kid got old enough to care about what his hair actually looked like. So that $20 post didn't just buy me one $6,000 client. It bought me Marcus and the whole little tree of people he vouched for me to, each one of them with their own 6 years sitting in front of them. That's the number and the math almost nobody runs. The quiet regular in your chair is the best marketing you will ever have, and he works for free. That's the whole game, and almost nobody in this industry is playing this game on purpose. Most barbers pour everything they've got into the front door. New faces, new follows, the next walk-in, and they just let the Marcuses kind of happen. But the Marcus is where the money actually is. The frequency and the years are where the money's at. The front door is the most expensive, most exhausting way to grow, and it's the only one most of us ever work. Now, I can hear the objection because I've made it myself. Yeah, that's real cute, Dave. My clients don't all come every 2 weeks. I've got guys I see once a season if I'm lucky. Run the number on them too. Because guess what it shows you? The man who comes every 5 weeks isn't a worse client, he's just a different one. And the number tells you exactly how to treat him. 10 visits a year instead of 26 means every single visit carries more than double the weight. So the finish matters more, the end of the appointment matters more, and the rebook matters more. And the nudge to come back in every 4 weeks instead of 6 is worth real money on that guy specifically. You're not judging clients by the number. You're using the number to know where to actually put your attention. So let's not leave this floating up in the abstract. Come run one number with me right now while we're sitting here. Don't overthink it. Don't go grab a calculator. Just follow along. Pick the client who's been sitting in your chair the longest. You already know who it is. You thought of their face before I even finished the sentence. Now we're going to take 3 numbers. First number. What's a normal visit with them actually worth? Not your menu price, what they really average once you count the beard trim they get sometimes, the product they grab on the way out the door, the cash tip if it's a cash guy. Round it, but just land on a number. Second number, how many times a year do they come in? Every 2 weeks is 26 times. Once a month is 12 times. Every 3 weeks, you could call it 17. You don't need to be exact for this one, just get close. Third number, how many years have they been sitting in your chair? 1, 3, 10? Now multiply those 3 together in your head. Visit value times visits a year times the years. So I'm going to do one out loud here, and you'll hear how fast it stacks up. Let's say your average Your guy averages $45 a visit, everything in. Let's say he comes every 3 weeks, so 17 times a year. That's already about $760 a year off of one person. Now, say he's been in your chair for 4 years. That puts him a little over $3,000. One client, $3,000. That's $3,000 that you've probably had filed in your head this whole time as a $45 haircut. And the regulars who make it to 4 years usually make it to 8. So the real number, the part that's still coming, is double that yet again. So hold whatever number you just landed on for your own guy. I'd bet money that it's 4 figures. For a bunch of you, it's 5. And here's the thing that should stop you for a second. You have been carrying that person around in your head as a $40 haircut this whole time. They were never a $40 haircut. They were that number that you just calculated, and you didn't have it until right now. So when you know what one client is worth, every decision you've been agonizing over gets easier. Should you raise your prices? You're not guessing anymore. You can see exactly what a small bump does across a 6-year client. Is it worth staying late for one more walk-in or going home and texting the 3 regulars who haven't rebooked? You know which one's worth more now. Is that $10 discount cheap, or is it actually expensive? Depends entirely on whether it's pulling in a Marcus or just shaving money off of one you already had. You can't answer a single one of those without the number. With it, they answer themselves. Now zoom all the way out, because this is where it stops being one nice story about Marcus and it starts being about your actual career. You didn't have one Marcus. You've got a chair full of them in every different size. Some are brand new and you didn't know yet what they'd become. Some only come a few times a year. But picture your whole book, every regular you've got, and run a careful average across all of them. A working barber who holds a chair for years is often sitting on $250,000 or more of lifetime value moving in and out of that one station over time. That's not a job. That's a business with a real, countable value. And you own the whole thing. Most barbers never once see it that way, because they're staring at today's $40 and they never look at the book. The day you start seeing the book is the day you start guarding it like it's worth what it's actually worth. And here's the line I want you all to sit on. Knowing what one client is worth is the exact moment you stop running a hobby and you start running a business. Same chair, same hands, same haircuts, but a completely different barber, because now you can see the thing the whole job was actually about.